In the 1880s, he also suggested a parchment, a piece of parchment with a manuscript of Book of Deuteronomy, allegedly found on the eastern coast of the Dead Sea. He suggested it, offered it to the British Museum. The fact that it is a forgery was revealed by a French scholar, Charles Clermont-Ganneau, who very openly declared it is a forgery, and Wilhelm Moses Shapiro is a forger and a dishonest man. This caused a series of consequences. The piece was not purchased by the British Museum. The man himself, Moses Wilhelm Shapiro, went to Holland, and in Rotterdam, in a cheap hotel, shot himself to death. And all his objects, the so-called Moabitica, or objects originating in ancient Moab, they were declared as very clearly forgery, manufactured by Shapiro in the backyard of his shop in Jerusalem. But very interestingly, there was some genius in these manufactured alleged antiquities. They are very nice, they are very interesting. He invented a culture which never existed. Those objects are interesting from the point of view of art history, from the point of view of the type of objects that he imagined that the ancients would do. And some of these objects are very valuable today, though they are forgeries. They are clearly forgeries, but they are still interesting. They are still interesting. So somebody who makes forgeries has to have a deep knowledge on the one hand, and he has to have a very fruitful imagination on the other hand. He can copy other objects, and on the other hand, can invent something new, a new civilization or new characteristics. And therefore these people who created forgeries sometimes have to be appreciated also. They are not only liars, criminals, forgers. They are sometimes people with something extra, something which is culturally valuable. In any case, you should know that some of the forgeries are motivated by people who have biblical background. For example, the Ark of Noah or the Ark of the Covenant and such objects. Actually, this is based on a kind of a primitive feeling of people who want to have a proof for the Bible. I don't think personally that the Bible needs any proofs. The Bible is strong itself. By itself, it does not need to be proven. The Ark of Noah is a biblical story. You don't have to take it literally. You don't have to take Abraham too literally. It is possible that Abraham is a symbolic figure in the Bible and not a flesh and blood person. For the case of the Ark of the Covenant, I would say that the Ark of the Covenant existed, but it was made with wood and it was covered with gold. The wood would decay. We are 3,000 years approximately after its disappearance, and the gold would be melted down and stolen. So there is no possibility of finding the Ark of the Covenant. Also for the Ark of Noah, it was made of wood. So who would anticipate after thousands of years to find it? And second thing, what does it matter? If we have it, would our spiritual world be enriched, or would we believe more or less in the Bible? I think it doesn't have any significance. It would be nice to have something directly connected with the Bible, but it would not change my spiritual world. Okay?
One last question.
Yes.
You mentioned that scholars or archaeologists, when they hear news about new discovery, big discoveries, such as the Hong Kong group, they claim to have discovered the Noah's Ark on Mount Ararat. You mentioned that you are not interested. What turns scholars or archaeologists off?
Listen, if a discovery was made by people whom we know and who have a record of scholarly activity previously, and they are known in the scholarly community to be trustful and trustworthy, then it is totally different than if there is somebody who comes with a religious motivation and somebody who doesn't have the scholarly experience and the background and declares some kind of a new sensation. I myself visited eastern Turkey. I was on Mount Ararat. I looked at things which are there. I am deeply frustrated from what I saw, because there is no chance of finding anything there, and really I think that we should not anticipate such a discovery. It is not very much probable that we are going to find it. Let us be honest. Yeah. So if I hear about something sensational, I immediately have my doubts. I have my suspicion. And this was also the case with those objects which were discussed by the court in Jerusalem and appeared in the 2000s. These objects were seen to some scholars too good to be true. Of course, this is not yet a reason to dismiss them part and parcel and to say they are forgeries. This is not a proof of forgery, but too good to be true is a good reason to suspect.
And it is possible to purchase report or even lab result to make something, to make the claim real. Is it possible?
You mean, are the professional archaeologists bribable?
Well, so far I haven't seen any professional archaeologists put their hands into this claim from Hong Kong.
I would say that most of the professional archaeologists, or the vast majority, or I can say as a body, those people in the field, they are most honest people and they are reliable people, and I don't think you can buy them. I don't think you can buy them. Of course, in any crate there can be one rotten apple, and it is possible to find all kinds of people, as there are all kinds of fish in the sea. So it is possible, of course. I do not rule it out, but altogether I may say that the field is clean and people are honest people. If you would like to have a report on something, I was asked to report sometimes about some objects, and I did the best according to my knowledge and according to my conscience. Others would say, well, I don't want to touch it, I don't want to see it, I don't want to sign anything. I think that my responsibility towards the public is, yes, to look at it, and to express my opinion, and not to keep away, not to push it aside, and not to be in the ivory towers of scholarship and say that is for others to deal with and not for me. In any case, I don't think that there will be serious scholars from whom you could buy a report about authentication of certain artifacts. I don't think so. And if there will be such reports, if there will be such expertise written by some scholars, they would be from the extreme fringes of the scholarly world and not from the mainstream of scholars.